Welcome back to the Occult Detective. I'm your host, Bob Freeman, and today is part 2 of the Mammoth book haul that we began yesterday. We have a lot of books to get through, more than part 1, so why beat around the bush? Let's get right down to it. Start with something really special. This is from Otto Winger, the Potawatomi Indians. Otto Winger is a local historian, famous for his books on the Miami Indians, and this is an extension of that. It is in very bad shape, but I've been looking for this book for a long time, and you can see here the hinged, spine broken, but we'll try to do some repair and salvage as much of this as we can. Like I said, this has been kind of a holy grail for me, trying to find this to add to my Otto Winger collection. So thrilled to stumble on to this, even in the condition it's in. Continuing in the history vein, picked up the Handbook of Ancient Greek and Roman Coins. Never know when something like this might come in handy, especially as an author. So I'm not planning on running across any Roman coins, but if I do, this one hits a little closer to home. This is North American Indian Artifacts, and here in north central Indiana we run across axe heads, arrowheads, that kind of stuff all the time. I spend a lot of time out in the desert southwest, so just perusing through this, it's a lot of fun, and it's just full of just beautiful things created by the native peoples. By extension, we have the archaeology of North America, and I couldn't pass this book up. Just very evocative, spectacular artworks throughout. I did attend Ball State University studying anthropology, and so this stuff is right up my alley, and I could spend days just studying this stuff. How about we look at some architecture? My wife actually found this book, showed it off to me. This is Houses, the Illustrated Guide to Construction, Design, and Systems by Henry S. Harrison. Love the cover. This is really cool. Really nice artwork. I love that. One of the things often overlooked by authors is the bones of a house. And I like to integrate that sort of thing into my writing. And so knowing as much about architecture as I can really helps make my worlds come alive. So these are the kind of resources that I recommend. This one was interesting. A Round, Indiana. Round barns in the Hoosier State. And just maybe less than 2 miles from where I'm sitting right now is a beautiful round barn. And yeah, so full of pictures of some of these magnificent structures. Tells you where they all are if you wanted to tour around, take a look, maybe take pictures with permission from the owners, of course. Love a round barn. There's magic in them there things. Speaking of magic and barns, I always pick up anything I can on hex signs. This hex signs and other barn decorations. We do live in Amish country, so hex signs are very familiar to us around here. I find that stuff fascinating. Final architectural marvel. This also was found by my wife. The Country Life Book of Castles and Houses in Britain. Look at this thing. If you like a deep dive into baronial estates throughout the UK, my goodness, this thing is spectacular. Just gorgeous photography, inspiring stuff. Love this very much. Take a look at some things from the more mystical side. We've got Introduction to Freemasonry, Entered Apprentice. I have a pretty large library of Freemasonry books. This one is from 1944. It's a 24th printing. So, yeah, this book gets around. First written in 1931. And once again, another copy of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Richard Metzger said this is the most important book on magic that you could pick up. So suddenly I have multiple copies. How did that happen? There Are No Accidents, Synchronicity in the Stories of Our Lives by Robert Hopke. I am very interested in Jungian psychology, synchronicities, and all manner of strange goings on, so I thought this book might be entertaining. How about by Kitty Ferguson, Pythagoras, His Lives and the Legacy of a Rational Universe. This one will eat my brain. But interesting stuff to be sure. Einstein said the most incredible thing about our universe is that it is comprehensible. As Kitty Ferguson explained, the Pythagoreans had much the same idea 2,500 years earlier. Wisdom of the Elders. Honoring Sacred Native Visions of Nature by David Suzuki and Peter Knudsen. A nice little blurb on the back here. Wisdom of the Elders will be looked upon as a kind of Bible for all those who cherish an alternative view on the world, and who seek the support of primitive thinking. It is engaging and timely, well written, and easily read. So basically what this book does is it goes through ancient cultures and traditions, look at the cultural view of the world and how it works and how they navigated that and how we can apply that information to us in the modern world. Who doesn't need this in their lives? We also have Druids. The Druids by Peter Beresford Ellis. The Druids have fascinated me since I was a kid. I mean, what kid wasn't once they learned of them in history class, and the way the Romans described them. These men of wisdom that held court over Celtic society. Look forward to seeing what possibly new information I might glean from this. We also have Ancestral Journeys, the peopling of Europe from the first venturers to the Vikings. Yeah, I'm very interested in the migration of people across the world and how coming into a new environment reshapes the way people view the world. And I think this will be very insightful in that regard. The natural world is very important to me. I've spent a lot of time in the woods, living here in rural Indiana. The streams and lakes, forests, have always, drawn me to them. And so I've always been interested in the way those natural places have shaped me. And then so exploring that as how it shapes a people is, interesting stuff. speaking of the natural world, I picked up the Mushroom Hunter's Field Guide. This is a really cool book. This is the second one of these that I own, and you can never have too many of these. This is good stuff. I love mushrooms. I am drawn to them. Also picked up this handy little National Audubon Society pocket guide to familiar mushrooms. And they're just a tremendous source of sustenance and wisdom. Tread there with caution. Also have Wildflowers and Ferns of Indiana Forests. Beautiful little handbook. I thought this might be interesting. The Lost Art of Reading Nature's Signs. Use outdoor clues to find your way, predict the weather, locate water, track animals, and other forgotten skills. I have forgotten very few of these, but I thought it'd be interesting to see what this guy has to say, and maybe there's a couple of things I don't know in here. Now, this book I was immediately drawn to. For one thing, it's been on fire. And it is, look at that, Folklore and Odysseys of Food and Medicinal Plants. Look at that. And just full of beautiful artwork, woodcuts, and the like. This thing is a treasure, and that it survived a fire makes it all the more intriguing. I'm going to leave you with something really special. I imagine you can find these just about anywhere, but as an artist, this is just a tremendous resource. The clip art book. And this thing is just amazing. It is big and bold and immediate resource for just about anything I can think of. And I mean anything. There you have it, part 2 of this Mammoth book haul. This is a mere fraction of the stuff we picked up, but I thought some of these were worth spotlighting, and I hope you enjoyed the little tour through all these books. I guess that's all I have for you today. Be sure to tune in for Last Rites, which will be appearing weekly on Wednesdays. This is season 6, and yeah, it's been a fascinating season so far. Many more great guests to come. So, until next time, if you need me, I'll be in the shadows.